Thursday night football, Packers are home to the Washington Commanders, both teams coming off of solid, dominant wins in week one. I'm going to tell you about a first half play that I like, and then I'll go over some props that I really like. You guys watch me, you know I specialize in props, and coming off a really nice winning week, 8-6. I love that record because we're profitable, but not unsustainable. We can keep that up throughout the rest of the season. It'll be a banner year. All right, let's talk about the Commanders and the Packers. So one thing that I wanted to be careful of is not looking back last year too much at this Packers team, because I just believe Jordan Love was hurt way more than the Packers let on. And I think that proved to be right. He looked fantastic last week. He was only 16 of 22, but he didn't really need to be. No turnovers. That's going to be another prop that we go back to, a Jordan Love not to throw an interception. But it just looked good on the feet. He looked like he was moving better. Don't forget, he got hurt in week one last year and then hurt a couple more times throughout the season. So he was playing banged up. So I think this year we get a better version of Jordan Love. And for the Commanders, what can you take away from that game against the Giants? The Giants have this great preseason. They revert back to who we thought they were. Russell Wilson, 17 of 37 for 168 yards. Giants only 3.2 yards per carry. The question is, are the Commanders' defense that good? I don't think so. I don't believe that they're that good. And when I go back to last year, and I'm talking about the first half, and I'm looking at this first half to go over 23.5, I think the Packers are good, but I also know this Commanders team last year averaged over 14 points in the first half. And even with Jordan Love banged up, there's a Packers team that averaged well over 12 points per game in the first half. So, and we look at last week, what happened? Washington scores 2 touchdowns. They get 14 points. In the Packers against the Lions, 17 of their 27 points came early. So these were two teams that look good on their scripted plays. And I think both teams are going to have enough time to plan for the other team's offense in the first half. I know it's a short week, but I get 17 from one team and 14 from another. I'm going to take this over 23.5. In particular, I like this Washington team total on over 10.5. Packers come in at 13.5. It's enticing, but I like that lower number at 10.5. So I'm looking at first half on this one. If we're looking at the spread for the game, that key number of 3 is gone. It opened up at 3, and it's quickly gobbled up and gone up to 3.5. No opinion on that, and I'm going to lean to the over as whole for the game. I just don't think these defenses are quite as good as they showed in week one. The defense that would have to look as good to have this under as the Packers. If we get another spirited effort from the Packers and they can continue to hold teams to 2.1 yards per carry, which is what they did to Detroit. No small feat. They held Goff to only 225 yards on 31 completions, so they did not give up very many long plays. In fact, the longest catch was only 32 yards from Sam Laporta. Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't even have a catch over 20 yards, so they eliminated the big plays, and they were able to do that with their pressure on the front line without having to blitz too many guys. And in defense, in the NFL, if you can put pressure on the quarterback and control the line of scrimmage without sending extra guys, you are going to rule. So the Commanders, what I liked from them, Krosky Merritt, only 10 carries, but 82 yards. He showed explosiveness, a 42-yard carry. Jane Daniels looked good on the ground, 11 carries for him, 68 yards. Even Austin Eckler, only 6 carries, but 4.3 yards per carry. And, Jane Daniels, no turnovers, 233 yards. The strong point of the Giants team was going to be that front four, and they just couldn't really consistently put pressure on them. They had a few sacks, but it really didn't disrupt the game. So I'm looking at overs on this one. We talked about some props here. Jane Daniels, 31.5 pass attempts. I like the over. In a game that they were up from the very beginning, he still threw the ball 30 times. So if this is a close game and we get some drives maybe at the end of the first half, or if they're down in the second half, I like him to have over 31.5 pass attempts. Again, you got to remember Krosky Merritt, rookie. How much are they going to trust him against a really, really tough Packers defense? I could see them trusting Jane Daniels to throw the ball a little bit more. Talked about Jordan Love to not throw an interception. Go back to last season. This is now 9 regular season games in a row without an interception. And we talk about several guys, several quarterbacks you just play every single week, and you're going to come out ahead. Justin Herbert is one that we hit last week. Believe it or not, Caleb Williams, as bad as he was on Monday Night Football in the second half, he did not throw an interception. He only had 4 games last year. So several of these quarterbacks that just don't throw interceptions, we're going to keep playing. So Jordan Love is another one. And we mentioned that over 23.5 in the first half. No opinion on the spread as that 3 is moved up to 3.5. But my favorite play in this one is going to be the over 23.5 in the first half, as well as that Jaden Daniels over pass attempts. Week 2 NFL props is what I would circle, guys. We were 8-6 on our plays. That's pretty high volume for us, but when I went back to last season, that's what worked for us. We played them small percentage, but we played quite a bit of them, and if we can continue that hit rate, we'll be in really, really good shape at the end of the year. So you get the week 2 props pack. That's going to give you everything. We had a couple parlays. Both of our parlays hit. So any props that we have, any parlays is going to be included from Thursday Night Football all the way through Monday Night Football. Absolutely smoking deal. We are number 2 in props in 2025. We're up 31 units. And all these plays are plays that we bet with our own money. When we put out a play to clients and you get that email, just know that we are locked in with you. So these aren't plays that we just throw out there that we don't believe in or any sprinkles. In fact, we sat out Monday Night Football. Didn't have any plays that we loved in Monday Night Football, so we sat it out just because we didn't have anything we believed in. So that's going to do it for this breakdown video. If you guys could do me a favor, please hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm out, and leave a comment down in the comment section. I'd love to see what you guys are betting. Just say hi. It helps the algorithm out as well. But really, I do want to know what you guys think of this game. I read the comments, try and respond to as many as possible. So thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets. Don't forget NFL 2 props and parlays pack. Good luck on your bets, and take care.